Now let's look into the geometric sequence. So what is a geometric sequence? So a geometric sequence is a sequence. It is a sequence in which the ratio between consecutive terms is the same. Let me underline the most important crucial part. And that crucial part is saying the ratio. Now, between the consecutive terms. So what do I mean by this? I mean that your constant ratio, which is illustrated by the letter R is always equal to T2 divided by T1. This is a ratio, which is also equal to T3 divided by T2, which is the forward one minus the previous one. Again, which is equal to T4 divided by T3. Okay, so this is your constant ratio. Just making a typical example, e.g., if we say that we are given this sequence 81 is to 27 is to 9 is to 3. Now they say that calculate the constant ratio which we are having in this sequence. So the constant ratio, which is illustrated by R, is just going to be your T2 divided by T1, T3 divided by, and the same thing goes. So your constant ratio will be equal to T2 divided by T1, which is equal to 27 divided by 81. Then that will be, let me use my calculator. I don't know, think a lot. 27 divided by 81. Then I'm getting 1 over 3. If you can use T3 divided by T2 just to show you that this is the same thing, that will be 9 over 27, which is equal to 1 over 3. If perhaps you wanted to use the forward one, which is T4 divided by T3, that will be your equal to 3 over 9, then that will still be 1 over 3. So you can see that then therefore your constant ratio will always be equal to T2 minus T1, or you can say T3 minus T1 and all that stuff, so that you can get your constant ratio. So this is very crucial and very important, that this ratio between the consecutive term is the same. Hence this system or this sequence will now be called the constant, that will be called the geometric sequence. So now, in order for us to understand this further, now we need to understand how do we calculate, or what do we do in order for us to have the general term of a geometric sequence. So for the general term, other textbook says general formula. So for the general term of a geometric sequence, this is just straightforward and easy. This is just going to be Tn is equal to a r to the power n minus 1. Easy stuff. What is your a? Your a is the first term of the sequence. And what is your r? Your r will be your constant ratio of the sequence. Easy stuff. You don't have to sweat about it. You just have to answer it. Let's make a proper question now, quick, fast, so that we can see if we can be able to solve the question fast without problems. Okay, let's say that, okay, example. Now, let's consider this sequence which I'm gonna give you now. This sequence, which is a geometric sequence, of course. Let's say we're given 96 is to 48 is to 24 is to 12 is to 6 is to something here. Then we have the last term, which is 3 over 16,000, 384. Just making a typical example. Then the first question, they'll say state the common ratio. Second question, 1.2. Of course, let's just do the constant ratio already. So how do we determine the constant ratio? We know that our constant ratio is always equal to R is equal to T2 divided by T1. And our T2 in this instance, we know that this is term 1, term 2, term 3, term 4, term 5. Oh my word. So that's your term 2 will be 48 divided by 96. Then again, you use your calculator. When you use your calculator, then that will be 1 over 2. So that will be your constant ratio. Then the question which follows from this one, perhaps they'll just say, okay, now that you have your constant ratio, now you need to write the next two terms of the geometric series. Again, it's the same thing which you do. How do you do it? You do it according to the way we have already shown you, that you already know that between these two terms, this is 1 over 3. Let's just use a black so that we can understand there. So between these two, this is 1 over 3, this is 1 over 3, this is 1 over 3, this is again 1 over 3, which means the next one again should be 1 over 3. So 6 times now, okay? Because we were dividing in order for us to get a constant ratio. Now we need to multiply. So 6 times 1 over 3, that would be 3 over there. Okay, sorry, that would be is it? Yes, it's gonna be 3 over there. Then after that, you can be able to get the following answer, which goes for. That's how you can find your the next term of a geometric sequence. Now, the other question that can be brought forth in this question is to you to determine the general term, which is 1.3. Now they say that, okay, now determine the general term. Easy stuff. And how do you do that? We know that our Tn is always equal to a r minus n minus 1. And your a is your first term. And in this instance, what is our a? Our a is given as 96 multiplied by our r. Our constant ratio is given as the one which we have calculated here, which is 1 over 2. So we have our 1 over 2 to the power n minus. You are done. You get your 2 marks, 1 mark here, 1 mark here. Full stop. That's your general term or of this geometric sequence. Then another question, 1.4, which they might ask as well, just for fun. They can perhaps say that calculate the 10th term. Again, you see, these questions are just the same, but what is different is just the sequences which we're dealing with. So again, if they want the 10th term, which means you need to have T10 into your Tn equation, which you have already have 96 multiplied by 1 over 2 to the power n minus 1. So that will be T10, which is equal to 96 multiplied by 1 over 2 multiplied by 10 minus 1. Easy, easy, easy stuff. Then after that, you use your calculator. So you can see that all these questions are the same. Every question which you are given, they all have the same format. 1.5 question, perhaps they will say that which term has a value of 3 over 512. Again, which term, which means you need to calculate n, which means you already been given Tn. And what is your Tn? Your Tn is always equal to 96 multiplied by 1 over 2 multiplied by n minus 1. And what is your Tn? Your Tn is given as 3 over 512, which is equal to 96 multiplied by 1 over 2 to the power n minus. Then after that, you solve for n and apply your skills of your exponents. Now, that's your homework. Do it over there. Then let me see what you get. Then we can discuss it further. Thank you.